Many people say, I already know bar chords, as if there's some set amount and once you know them, that's it. Now, sometimes players refer to chords like the dreaded F chord and a few other variations as bar chords, but this is actually very limited thinking. You see, there's crazy advanced bar chords, and there's bars that are used in iconic hit songs solos. So are these being considered? What's more important is to understand and master the fundamental technique. And once you've done this, you should be able to say things like, I can play 2-string, 3-string, 4-string, 5-string, even 6-string bars effortlessly. And I use them in my lead and rhythm playing in any style. And it doesn't matter if I'm playing an acoustic guitar with high action outside in the cold. So in this video, I want to help expand your ideas about thinking about bar chords and show you 5 ways that Jimi Hendrix was actually a master of this. So no long build up, let's get straight into it. We're gonna use a few examples from some of his famous songs. And the first example I wanna take a look at is The Wind Cries Mary. It starts off like this. So right off the top here, we've got these opening chords that are 5-string bar chords. And it's based off, you could think about a power chord and then barring here and extending out, you've got this really strong sounding chord because you're putting the 5th of the chord in the bass. And so that's a really cool sound. And then he goes to, look here at this hammer on, and that's like a 3-string bar right there. So it's 5-string bars to 3-string bars for the little lick. Now again, is that being considered in bar chords? My guess is probably not. So that's number 1. Let's take a look at number 2. This is gonna be from Little Wing. Now the opening starts like this. It goes. So Hendrix was brilliant at being able to combine these little bars. What he would do is grab 2-string bars here, sometimes called a double stop, and he would get these notes to just ring off of them like a bell, like, right? And he would blend this into his rhythm playing. For example, that first part, look at this. That's a bar chord. Then down to another bar chord here. Bar chord, and then barring right here. That's just like what we saw in The Wind Cries Mary. And then getting those notes to ring off the double stops like a bell. So that's number 2. Another great example for number 3 here is Sunshine of Your Love. And Hendrix was a big Eric Clapton fan. So you think of, Sunshine of Your Love with Cream, which Eric Clapton, he did it here, He did it in the key of B. Now Hendrix took that and he did it in the key of D, and Hendrix did it in the key of B. He did it down here. I have a lesson on my channel you can check out. But the idea is that he actually turned it into this really cool riff. So instead of going like what Clapton did, is he put bar chords with it. He went. I can't get over how cool that sounds. So he starts off with this, then bar chords, and then like a little pentatonic bluesy thing. So adding this to the riff on the walk down gave it a completely new sound and also a very powerful sound. I mean, to play the whole riff in big bar chords just really made his version unique. And you can hear this on the album Valleys of Neptune, which was actually released after Hendrix died. Now, if you've struggled to be able to combine riffs and lead like this anywhere on the fretboard, and also be able to take those bar chords and understand how they can move around the neck, then go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide and grab my free fretboard guide PDF. This is just a one-page resource, but it's going to be one of the most valuable PDFs you've ever seen for understanding the neck. And it's completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide. You're going to see a lot of these bar chord shapes on that page as well. So that's the walk down on Sunshine of Your Love, the Hendrix version. Now another example would be number 4 here, and this is All Along the Watchtower. So Bob Dylan wrote this song, and he used, for the most part, open chords. He capoed up the neck and played, primarily open chords. Now what Hendrix did was he changed it up a little bit. So he would do cool things like, play the chords like that. So a couple bar chords, or he might do. So he took the simple chords that Bob Dylan was playing and then barred them up the neck and created this powerful riff. And don't forget, actually, Dave Mason, who is another brilliant musician, was playing 12-string on the All Along the Watchtower, the famous version from Electric Ladyland. And he's hammering out bar chords on 12-string, which means, twice as many strings to hold down. Now, this brings us to the final point here, point number 5. And this is a very powerful thing, and it came actually before Hendrix. There was blues musicians that did this, but Hendrix is really known for that, and it's key to his style, and that is thumb chords. So he played bar chords with his thumb. So for example, even if you take a look at Little Wing, right, like that is essentially this G chord. But when people try and play Hendrix songs without bringing the thumb over, what happens is they can't actually get the notes because your fingers are tapped out. Meaning if I play a G bar chord like this, then I'm using all my fingers. It's tough for me to play riffs and cool things off of that shape. But if I play it like this, then I can get, I can play all these cool embellishments off the chord. So that was something that is key to Hendrix's style. And again, all of this comes together so you can see how this technique goes so much deeper than just, I already know bar chords. Now, if you've struggled to understand the fretboard, like what I'm talking about, and be able to play chords anywhere up and down the neck for lead and rhythm as you're seeing, because the bar technique doesn't just apply to chords, it applies to your soloing as well, then go to johnmclennan.com and grab my free fretboard guide PDF. On this, I'm going to show you 5 chords and 5 scales that can unlock the fretboard for you, help you see it in an entirely new way. Again, it's completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide and grab that now. As always, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, you might enjoy this one next.